also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes! Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in seasons? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Attention all Wings fans. Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O, or in Williamsburg Village.
This Black Friday, it is time to hit your goals before the new year even starts. At Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, get 40% off our next 10-week challenge, plus 6 weeks for free to kickstart your fitness journey. Start training December 1st with kickboxing, strength training, and personalized nutrition. So when our official challenge begins January 10th, you're already ahead of the game. Spots are limited. Don't wait for January to make your resolution. Start strong now. Visit fxbeatlincoln.com or stop by one of our 2 locations at South 40th and Yankee Hill or North 70th and Vine. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping. Stronger starts here.
Water heater gone? Call Bryant. The price you're quoted is the price you'll pay. And in most cases, same-day replacement. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley, defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror, number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
All right, welcome to Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's Friday, November the 14th, 2025. We are on East Campus at the University of Nebraska to spend the 2 hours with the women's bowling team. So that's all the clickety-click know as you hear in the background back here. Bock, it's pretty loud, but it's going to be a pretty exciting day here on our show.
Yeah, absolutely. This has got to be one of the best shows we've ever done. We're in the presence of greatness. Nebraska bowling, of course, maybe. I can't say maybe. It maybe sounds like I'm a homer, but pretty much in the stats, they got the most national championships, NCAA championships of any school. In fact, they doubled the next closest, 6 NCAA championships, 11 championships overall. And so, the NCAA didn't start doing, counting bowling as a sport until I believe it was the early 2000s. So 2004 was the first ever NCAA sanctioned season. Nebraska won then. They won in 2005, 2009, 2013, 2015, 2021. We can see, you won't see it on the screen, but over to our right is their trophy case. It looks just about as, if not more decorated than Nebraska football. We know there's a lot of great sports at Nebraska, bowling definitely being one of them. So, again, an honor to be in the presence of greatness here at Nebraska bowling practice.
All right, Bob, we're going to meet some of the players today and discuss some of the things they go through, their daily routine. How did they get to Nebraska? How did they get into bowling? I mean, especially at this age, bowling is an age for young, old people. I've bowled since I was little, not the greatest bowler, but hey, I can roll it down the lane and make it do something.
Yeah, they would. I know they would embarrass us out here. We could try to. All I do is, like you said before, I think, is just roll forward with speed. I can't get a whole lot of spin on it. But who doesn't enjoy bowling? Like it's always a great time for anybody to do casually. But for these folks out here, they do it greatly. I know the Nebraska football team recently gave a couple of members of that role gave it a shot against this team and got humbled, as anybody will. So it's exciting. Their season already underway. And we'll see how they do. It's a program, again, the stats behind it are just incredible. They've never missed the NCAA tournament. That's the only program in the nation that can say that, and have never been ranked lower than 7th. So, again, I mean, it is just – and we're not just at any bowling practice. We're with Nebraska bowling practice. That means quite a bit when you talk about NCAA bowling.
Yeah, Bock. It's kind of strange. It's not really strange because they got the hardware to prove it. As Coach Kemper, he took us over there through the therapy, the trophy room that they got, and they're loaded up. They're loaded up probably better than football and volleyball. So don't underestimate Nebraska's bowling team when we talk about hardware.
Yeah, I mean, you look over to the left again here. We got National Players of the Year. They've got a lot of those, including Jillian Martin, who won the award this past season. She's bowling behind us. One of the women bowling behind us here. So it's just highly decorated. All-Americans behind that. Looks like the All-American wall they've got in the football room, like you said. Lots of different pictures, from present day back into the glory days again it's all been glory days, I should say, but back into the 90s, which we could call the glory days here in Nebraska. But it is amazing. Paul Klippa has done a great job.
How many years he been here, Bob?
So this is his 6th season. He took over for Bill Straub, who was one, again, as you can imagine with all this we're talking about, one of the icons in the sports. Straub just recently elected the United States Bowling Congress Collegiate Hall of Fame. So you've got that going from there. He also won National Coach of the Year 3 times. Klippa, again, trying to follow that up. He's been around the program since the late 90s, a great bowler himself. He's got a picture from his competing days. Back when it was a club sport, men's and women's. They've since obviously just gone with the women as far as NCAA sanctioned sport. But he's quite impressive himself. Got a championship underneath his hat, and they've done well these last couple of years. Again, been runner-up here recently. Last year in the Final Four, knocked out by the eventual champion Youngstown State. Now looking to get back to the top again, and right now they are. If you look at the BPI ranking right now for college bowling, and it's cool. I can't wait to talk to them a little bit too. I mean, they kind of travel everywhere. They're going to have a Husker event. All these different teams travel to face each other in different locations. They're going to have one in Lincoln later this year as well. So, just a lot to look forward today, a lot to look forward to in the season. Like I said, a program that's never been worse than 7th in the standings is quite incredible.
All right, Bock, we're gonna discuss some other things. We're gonna continue to talk about bowling as we go. We're gonna continue to get some of the players around us. We're gonna let them warm up and see how their practice goes. But first, let's start off with the beef between Disney and YouTube, Bock. When we talk about the beef over YouTube and Disney has been going on for 2 weeks, Bock. We've missed 2 weeks of college football, NFL. Disney owns ABC and all of ESPN affiliate channels. Now, Disney's CEO says they're ready to go as long as YouTube wants to go. Speaking on the blackout between the two media giants, Disney loses $4 million a day with the holdout going on against YouTube.
Well, that's not good. If you check the stock market, that's been kind of going down. Disney along with it too. So, I mean, obviously, I'm not trying to mass panic. It goes up and down, and it's been going up recently for the most part, and historically, here in the United States. But in general, it hasn't been a good look for Disney. It hasn't been a good look for YouTube TV. Unfortunately, I'm a subscriber to YouTube TV. You've listened to us here on this show the last couple of weeks. I haven't been necessarily happy with it. The only saving grace is that actually pro wrestling, which I do a show on Sunday, Nuclear Heat, at 9 o'clock here also makes me buy ESPN Plus, so I can get my access to the college football games through that. But it is frustrating. You go on. For me, I've got a Roku. I got to click back and forth. Kind of wade through all that stuff. Where back in the old days, you just kind of change the channel and get to it immediately. There are benefits to the viewing opportunities these days. We talked about multi-screen earlier this year. I absolutely love that on YouTube TV, but there's just not as much games that go on there, and I'm expecting to be able to multi-view. And I've got like 3 games available to me. I can't even get a 4th one in because, like you said, Disney owns not just the ESPN. So you're going to ESPN, ESPN2, SEC Network games, ABC games, all that not unavailable right now. And very frustrating, I believe, and I haven't double-checked this with, again, my own subscription, is that you have to reach out to them to get any sort of discount. It's not just going to be automatically discounted from your bill of YouTube TV, which can be frustrating. I understand business reasons why you would do that or make sure that was the case, but it certainly is a frustration for many of us. And I can only speak for myself. I don't know how many people are out there like that, with the streaming services and Netflix, Peacock, all that sort of stuff. There's enough entertainment to go around for cheaper than $85 a month, $80 a month, whatever YouTube TV is. And so when you look at that kind of traditional cable package that's usually given, a lot of that's still based on live events. And live events mean, often football, sports. That's going to be on those channels. So I would assume a majority of their audience is pretty frustrated, because if you're still subscribing to get cable like that, I would assume a lot of it is trying to get live events. You can't, Netflix, we're seeing kind of move to that with boxing and again, wrestling and sort of stuff like that. But for the most part, that's, your traditional cable can still kind of get the live events and YouTube TV through that. It's frustrating. And I'll see, I'm going to try to avoid paying my ESPN Plus this month. And of course, they do have the bundle. That's the other thing people are kind of talking about. Hulu TV is kind of a similar thing to YouTube TV. They have, obviously, being under Disney, they have ABC and ESPN and all that sort of stuff. So maybe they're just trying to get people closer to their cable subscription throughout all this. But one way or the other, people are upset, and it's probably not doing good for either company.
All right, Bob, the Huskers are off this week. They got a bye week. Football still is full effect. We have some great games coming up this weekend. Some playoff games. Really gonna get exciting when we talk about Oklahoma versus Alabama, Georgia versus Texas. Georgia has beaten Texas probably the last two times these teams played, Bob. Not really a big game. Well, we can say Iowa versus USC. So that's going to be one game we watch tomorrow, because it's going to have an effect on Nebraska as we try to move up to a higher selection of bowl games when it comes to the end of the season. Yeah, well, Nebraska got to do what's in front of them, obviously. But you are right. I mean, they got to take care of the games. You're right, though. It is especially interesting, and Nick actually asked me earlier which game I'm most interested in, and kind of being in that Big Ten footprint. I know you might be a little bit different with that Georgia-Texas game, but I am interested in USC and Iowa. I think USC probably has the best chance to get to 10 wins, which is kind of what we expect you're going to need to get to the college football playoffs from the Big Ten, as far as being that 4th team, right? Indiana, Ohio State, Oregon, they're likely going to make it. USC is not only going to have to win this week against Iowa, but they're also going to have to beat Oregon. And then they have UCLA also to round out the season. You could never, they should win that one, but it's a rivalry game. You never know what will happen there. So it's a long road ahead. I wouldn't bet on USC making it. And in that game in particular, it's interesting. I was bringing the weather with them. You think of being out in L.A., USC's got the advantage. Of course, it's a clash of styles. Iowa, kind of your typical, or I wouldn't even say typical. They're the epitome of kind of Midwestern old school football. Don't use the forward pass all that much, right? And joking a little bit there, but only a little bit. USC, of course, likes to sling the ball around. I was bringing that weather out there with it. It's going to be quite a bit rainy, a little bit of wind, and you got to realize that out in Los Angeles, it's not that much rain, but any little bit of rain will bother our friends out there on the coast. All right, Bob. Bone says, all I'm hearing the black shirt. Am I hearing the black shirt's thoughts bang around in his head? Well, you hear a lot more than that banging around in my head. This is the type of noise that I mute on Call of Duty. So, you have people who who play the game with live music when we're going on, Bock. And those type of people I hate. I have to block them out so I can play my. And it's kind of like that trying to do the show right now. You probably have to block them out and just try to concentrate on the show and what's going on. So if you didn't know, we're live on East Campus at Nebraska's bowling practice. We're going to be here with Coach Cooler and a couple of more girls. We're going to be here till 3 o'clock today. So you're going to hear this all day. So just stick with us and check out some of the girls in the background bowling. We've first time for me and Bock being out this year. Really excited. If you look back there, you can see the bowling pins back there and how the girls practice. And I think it's very neat how they do it. Never been in this part of East Campus, Bock, when we talk about it.
Yeah, no, and if you are looking on the stream there, you can see all those numbers beneath the Nebraska bowling. Again, those are championships. 11-time national championships for Nebraska bowling, 6 times in the NCAA. Again, both those being records. An absolute historic program here. As I see a couple friends maybe walking in, and get Jake Sorensen to get our friends out there. Pretty well-respected friends in the football community. One of those might be I'll let you introduce your guest here.
Yeah, well, me and Bock, I asked 2 people to come. We're going to talk about an event that's going on tomorrow. But we have Mike Rozier and Ricky Simmons in the house joining us. They will be on in a few seconds. Mike Rozier dressed nicely as always when we talk about the best dressed Heisman guy that we talk about. But, you know, Bock, we still have a show to run. We're going to get to those guys in a little while. What else you got, Bock?
Well, it's just hard not to. And Ricky always dressed well as well.
Yeah.
So it's good to see those guys, 2 of the best dressed guys in Nebraska, as you'll usually see here. But again, we're out here at Nebraska Bowling. Wanted to, again, remind folks of kind of the accomplishments that they have in Nebraska bowling and where they've kind of been going. So their season started October 17th, where Nebraska won the Chelsea Gillum Penguin Classic. They got to go out there in Youngstown, Ohio. Then had another tournament in Orlando, finished 5th there, and most recently 7th at the Bulldog Classic in Fort Worth, Texas. Still trips to Louisiana, Delaware, Arlington, Texas, St. Louis, Greensboro, North Carolina ahead for this team. And then I mentioned earlier in the show the Big Red Invitational. You might want to look out for that coming up here down the line, February 20th through the 22nd at Hollywood Bowl in Lincoln. So that is always fun. Reminder, as you might think, we're here in Nebraska. Maybe this is a Big Ten program. You know, we think of that generally for Nebraska. Conference USA in bowling. One of the best bowling conferences for the history of Nebraska bowling. They had been independent. So joining Conference USA this year, very interesting there. So there will be Conference USA championships in Louisiana later this year, March 19th through the 22nd. The season will wrap up in April at NCAA Regionals, April 3rd through the 4th. And then the NCAA Championships will be in Parma Heights, Ohio this year, April 10th and 11th. If you've listened to 93.7 The Ticket over the years, you've definitely heard a couple of shows. We've had bowlers on in the past.
Yeah.
Desiree Butchert and Haley Swindle right now, Beyond the Lanes, which airs here Sunday at 1 o'clock. They just pre-recorded a show yesterday, so you can hear that here Sunday at 1 o'clock, Beyond the Lanes. Again, look out for that. They've been doing that since September. We've also had shows at the Ticket, including In the Pocket with Amara Smith-Spades and Alexis Butchert, as well as Striking Up a Conversation with Kaylee Verstrate and Anna Callahan. So, those we've had a good partnership, I suppose, with Nebraska Bowling in the past, getting some of their athletes on air. I assume that will continue. This is just a great, awesome opportunity for us to be out here, again, in the presence of greatness in many different ways, with the championships around, some of the athletes that are in the building, and then some of your guests that you mentioned earlier that you brought in, and yourself. You're great yourself.
Yeah, Bock. We're going to find out a lot about bowling today. What's your best game bowling when we talk about bowling, Bock?
Well, I think that my career high, I would love to say that I've got to a 200. I don't think I ever have. I did join a bowling league, and we won before, but that was with handicaps considered. So not necessarily myself absolutely being amazing. I think I've crossed 180 once. I think 181. Might have been 179. I really can't remember the exact score, but it was in that vicinity, and was very proud of that. Otherwise, I usually average around 125, something like that. Really embarrassing. You usually bowl maybe 3 games, and I try to avoid going under the 100 mark. I mean, that's usually kind of embarrassing, at least for me, where I usually try to aim for in the 120, 130 spot.
Well, I'm one of those guys who might be the 120, 150, It depends how my luck though. I'm just a straight down the alley bowler. Try to use more strength than anything when I do bowl. So we're gonna see how we do today. I'm gonna ask the girls, can we get at least 3-4 bowls in, and we're gonna see how the things go for us. All right, we're gonna go to break, and when we come back, I'm gonna have these two guys. They call themselves Frickin' Frack. We're gonna have Frickin' Frack when we come back here at 93.7 The Ticket. Bock in the Blackshirt here live at East Campus for Nebraska's women's bowling team practice.
.93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies with a light breeze. Be very warm with a high near 78. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, a continued light breeze, low around 52. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies. Be breezy and colder with a high near 69. I'm meteorologist Kyle Flecker for 93.7 The Ticket. TheTicketFM.com.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in season? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive. Always honest answers.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
This Black Friday, it is time to hit your goals before the new year even starts. At Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, get 40% off our next 10-week challenge, plus 6 weeks for free to kickstart your fitness journey. Start training December 1st with kickboxing, strength training, and personalized nutrition. So when our official challenge begins January 10th, you're already ahead of the game. Spots are limited. Don't wait for January to make your resolution. Start strong now. Visit fxbeatlincoln.com or stop by one of our 2 locations at South 40th and Yankee Hill or North 70th and Vine. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping. Stronger starts here.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes! Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
I can't believe I just scratched that car. Find my insurance card. Dude, what do you have in this glove box? Ew, are these socks dirty?
Oh, forget about the socks. I need my insurance card.
Just pull it up on the State Farm mobile app.
But I can do that? Oh, hey, I can do that.
Yep, it's called service.
I can file a claim on here too?
Yeah, it's called service.
Whoa, I can call my agent too?
It's called service.
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krikak, today at 402-474-1173.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Nice music. But they can see you.
Yeah, that's why I told you to put your hat on.
All right, welcome back to Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We still got that noise in the background because we're at East Campus here watching the women's bowling team practice today. I got two guests on the show with us, former Huskers. I'm not going to tell you their name right now, but they go by Frickin' Frack.
Frickin' Frack is in the house.
Hey.
We was given that name by Johnny Rogers, so we wear it with honor.
All right, that's Ricky Simmons and Mike Rozier are in to join us for a session here today on Bock and the Blackshirt. Ricky, tomorrow, man, it's an event you're having tomorrow. I wanted to bring you on to put out the event and see if we can get more people to attend. And all right, explain to us the event that's going on tomorrow.
Tomorrow it's going to be in Omaha at the Blackstone Plaza in the Cloud Room. It's my first fundraiser for my foundation. It's RCS Triumph Foundation that we're just trying to. It's more like a meet and greet, and we're going to give a private screening of my documentary, Look Like Somebody, but it wouldn't be possible without Randy J. Goodwin and Fallen Giant Films. I mean, they doing everything. I was instructed along with Frack. Well, I'm Frack, I should say. Frick and I was instructed just to be there. But we if anybody does Facebook, you can go to Ricky C. Simmons on Facebook, and there's a video with Randy J. Goodwin is talking about the event, and there's way for you to RSVP.
Yeah, Ricky, when we talk about your documentary, what are some of the things you go over and you talk about during this documentary that you had? I think this is the one that I participated in.
Yes, you're definitely in it. That's why I want you there tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get as many people as I can, that can be there. I'm real thankful that Mike was able to fly in for this because it's a big deal for me. But the documentary itself is like my life story, kind of condensed down into 1 hour. And basically, we're just talking about, I got childhood friends that I've had forever. They're in it. Mike's in it. Irvin's in it. Coach Osborne's in it. As I said, Terrell Farley's in it. So it's a lot of people in it that I have high feelings for. You know what I mean? I think they're very very important to me. I wouldn't have them in there if they weren't. So again, I want to thank you and Mike for being a part of this. And
you're gonna make me cry.
Yeah, well, Mike's gonna be a comedian because he's gonna put all my dirt out there, but that's okay, But
we don't got that long.
Yeah, you're probably right, but no, basically it's just it's all for the good, man. I want to help people.
Yeah,
that's the main thing.
Well, Ricky, you was able to help me in a way that I'm more grateful for having you on my team than you having me on your team.
Mm-hmm.
When I tell people about the Ricky Simmons project, it's not really a project. It's
like a mission.
It's a mission, but at first it's a test.
To
test you and see where the people who wants to work with you, see where their heads at, because as I know, Ricky can use so many different strategies on you, but he knows what to pick because he has to figure out what kind of person you are first. And when I say that, it's in a good way because everybody's not built for Ricky Simmons. Everybody.
Oh, absolutely. And I didn't mean to cut you off, but you made me think about something. When I first met you, I didn't think I could work with you because you didn't seem like you were receptive, and I got a kind of a no-nonsense approach. A lot of people would call it militant. A lot of people would call it all kinds of things. But Coach Osborne, he recommended you, and that was why I took a look at it.
Because you needed help.
Yeah, but Coach Osborne, but I have to tell people up front, man, I'm not Coach Osborne.
Yeah.
You know, Coach Osborne will give you chance after chance after chance. Well, this is life or death for me. So I usually, like you did, I come in, we talk for about an hour, and then I'll make a decision. Hey, man, this is what I can do. Are you with it or you're not? And you said you wanted to try it. What, 10 years now?
10 years. 10
wow.
years. So
congratulations, man.
Yep. One of the best things I ever. I think it's one of the best things I did in my life. I also have helped a couple people that I know.
Yes.
And I'm grateful for trying to lead a way to help them out. But, you know, I give all the credit to you, man, just with the relentless style that you have, man. And I've talked to other people about you, and they say, "Hey, man, I don't know," and I've seen people drop out. Drop out of the race because.
Oh yeah, I'll run you off.
Yeah.
Because I'm that serious about it, and I sleep real well after I run you off. And then second thing I do is I go tell Coach Osborne, "Hey, look, I know you sent this guy to me, but Coach, I'm not you. I can't work with him, and he don't want to do it. This is not you can't ask me for help and tell me how to help you."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're either going to be willing to take a look at some things, or you're going to do like they did. Hey, man, I can't do it. Okay, I respect that. I never said I had all the answers, and I'm not saying my way is the only way.
Yeah.
I just know that my way has worked for 16 years in county.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the approach I take.
All right, who this guy you got with you, man?
Oh, that's
How you doing?
That's Frick.
What's up, Mike? How you doing, man?
Doing fantastic. I woke up this morning.
Mike, only thing I can say is you're the best dressed guy I probably seen in a long time. We got this store in Georgia. We call it Saul and Harry. It's the movie. It's the movie man. This is a clothing store. Okay. Saul and Harry, the movie man. They specialize in Stacey Adams and all the up to date Stacey Adams gear, and it's on Broadway in Columbus, Georgia. I got to take you there one day and we can get you down south.
It's like that store in Omaha.
Yeah. One on 24th Street.
Hats and everything. Nah.
They got hats and everything. You need to go get some tickets.
I'll take him up there.
Mr. 1983 Heisman, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, man.
Mike, I just want to ask you a couple questions. Emmett Johnson, you seen him?
Who?
Emmett Johnson. No. The running back for Nebraska this year.
No.
Well,
you asked me to tell the truth. So, I don't watch football no more.
You don't watch football
That's
no more?
my job. I miss the guy.
You missed the
I
guys?
miss y'all, sit around, joke around, talk around. We're able to do that. I ain't wearing no 2 days or put a helmet on and get crushed up.
Well, I'm going to fill you on this young man. This young man has 1,100 yards rushing, 10 TDs, 300 yards passing. They just made a Heisman campaign for him.
Oh, yeah?
He's probably the MVP, I think, of Nebraska's offense with Dylan Riola going around and a true freshman stepping up. Yeah, I think Emmett Johnson, he's the real deal to me, man.
What's his number?
21.
I got to look quick and hear Roger Craig's number.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Emmett. I actually know Emmett, man. He's even a better person.
Yeah,
than he is
humble.
Yeah, very humble. And the one thing I think I liked about him was he never was ahead of himself.
Yeah.
You know, he took all the constructive criticism over the years, and he's put in the work. I'm a huge Nebraska football fan. I just don't talk sports, but I watch all the games. And he's putting in work.
Yeah, Bob?
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a special season for him. So I do want to know, Mike, when did you stop watching football this season? We still see him best dressed at the Heisman ceremony every year.
That's different.
That's business.
How is it to be like that's y'all own fraternity right there, the Heisman fraternity? How many times a year y'all meet up when you talk about the Heisman guys?
About 3 times a year.
3 times a year. And when they gonna get you front and center in one of those Heisman commercials?
Yeah, he got some funny ones.
Yeah.
You can Google me and find that out.
Now you Kurt Signetti.
Hey, but I do want to say this and give both of y'all some credit. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but Mike Rozier and Terrell Farley are the number 1 and number 2 junior college players that ever come to Nebraska in the history of the school. I think you're number 1, Mike.
Yeah.
But Terrell's a close 2.
Yeah.
He's right next to you. So
yeah, I like him even though he went to Coffeyville. I'm an Independence guy.
We crushed
so and we crushed y'all. And we beat y'all. So we tied on that part.
Okay.
So it's a pleasure. I watched Mike when I was a younger child when he was at the Atlanta Falcons and then the Houston
Oilers.
Yeah. So my dad's a real big fan of him. I said, Dad, if you ever met him, he's one of the nicest persons you can be around. Always jolly, always a happy person. I got family in New Jersey, so he acts just like those New Jersey guys. Because New Jersey's like they got their own world over there.
Yeah.
Especially because my cousins, they're from Patterson. They're from Patterson, New Jersey. So they kind of all Jersey people look alike. Yeah.
Up north.
Yeah. All right, Bock, any more questions?
Well, I just want to say I do get to spend a lot of time on Sundays with Ricky for the Get Your Happy On Hour. I know the story why he looks best dressed all the time. There's a reason why when did you start to dress so well? I mean, was this post career, or was this you were looking nice during your career?
I always like to look nice. You know what I'm saying? Your appearance, first person meets you, your appearance follows with you. So I ain't trying to look all nasty. Plus, you represent your parents.
Yeah.
Representing the Rozier name, not just me. Representing mom and dad. So you come out looking all messy and stuff, they don't look good. Not for your parents, not for you.
Yeah. Well, it might not be for Nebraska, but as a Nebraska fans, we appreciate too. Okay. We can always look and say, hey, that's our guy right there.
All right, I got some questions for you guys. Who's the best dressed in college?
Mike, I give him that. Hey, but it made it be late to practice a lot. Yeah.
I did practice.
Yeah, you did practice, but you was late.
Okay.
All right. Who's the running back coach when you was here?
Mike Corrigan.
He
Yeah,
was tough.
Iron Mike.
He was rough.
He was a different coach. We make jokes about it now. Rest in peace, Mike Corrigan. But
nice guy.
Best guy in the world once you earned his respect.
Yeah.
But you had to earn it. I mean, running out of bounds is not how you earn it.
Yeah, I understand that part.
Yeah, he was a very, very serious guy, man.
All right, Ricky, we're going to ask you to tell everybody once again, how can they give? How can they help you tomorrow? How can they just anything to boost the
fundraiser?
The fundraiser tomorrow for you and anything.
Well, first of all, you can go to my website is rickycsimmons.com/donate. There's a page dedicated to donating to the RCS Triumph Foundation. And now we have Venmo. I'm not real good with all these things, but we have Venmo. We have a QR code for that. Like I said, anybody that does Facebook, if you would just go to Ricky C. Simmons, you'll see a video with Randy J. Goodwin, and it explains everything on how people can contribute.
But come on now, because I'll be there signing autographs.
Yeah.
I would like to see my fans. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That's another reason why he's here. You know, he's not only my best friend, he's also very supportive of what I do. And just on another note, I'm really, really, I don't know how to say this without sounding corny, but when I was at my worst, he was still my best friend. So now that 16 years clean and sober, he's still my best friend. And he's always been there for me, and I'll always be there for him.
Yeah, you talk about a friendship almost 50 years.
Absolutely.
When you talk about it. I have some of the same friendships with the guys I played with.
Right.
We still try to stay in touch with each other. I know they don't get out often because we here in Nebraska, but when they do, it's probably one of the best times I ever have in my life. Just being in Nebraska, period.
Oh, absolutely.
Just trying to make a better person out of myself. The reason I came back from Nebraska was to right what I did wrong when I was here, and a lot of people don't understand that part. When I say
you're still right, ain't you?
Yeah, I'm right. still living.
Hercules.
You're a good guy, though. You're a good guy. Yeah, I try to be, man. And still, to this day, I make sure I stay in contact with Ricky. Even if I lose contact with him for a week or two, I try to get back in touch with him and let him know I'm still here, kicking it. He can also check me out on 93.7 The Ticket from 1 to 3 every day. We're not going to forget that part.
Hey, well, look, I got to tell y'all something. This young man thinks he can bowl. So he was messing around with all the bowling balls. Now, I don't know what kind of skills he really got, but he say he got some skills.
Okay, we're gonna find Coach Complin in a minute. I better be both of you. And we're
Oh.
going to see what we can do.
Well, beating me ain't saying much.
Well, you talking that junk. All right, so let's go to break, and when we come back on Bock and the Black Shirt, we're gonna have a little challenge. I'm gonna see if me and Mike can get up there and
Yeah.
do three little pins or something.
Yeah.
While Bock take over and see if we can get the coach over here. Bob.
Okay.
All right, let's go to break. Bock and the Black Shirt, 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back. Thanks for having me.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes! Sarah down the street had roofing service company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Comfort food, but make it vegan. At Rutabagas, they're serving all your crave-worthy classics. Mac and cheese, loaded nachos, Philly cheesesteaks, all 100% plant-powered and 100% delicious. Catch them at their cozy spot at 70th and Vine, or find their food truck rolling through the streets of Lincoln. So whether you're vegan, veg curious, or just hungry for comfort food with a twist, Rutabagas has a plate waiting for you. Find them on Instagram for their food truck location and specials. Rutabagas, where comfort meets compassion.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Madson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
It's $5.99 barbecue time. Hurry to Hog Wild for a complete barbecue meal that's only $5.99. Get a one-meat sandwich loaded with our award-winning barbecue, plus your choice of a classic side and drink for just $5.99. Upgrade your sandwich to beef brisket for just $1 more. Join us for lunch or dinner in Lincoln at 3210 Cornhusker Highway. Order online at GoHogWild.com.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Schwizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at Schweizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in seasons? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We are on East Campus, and we are at Nebraska bowling practice. What an honor to be here. We're in the presence of greatness, and we are even further in the presence of greatness because Jake Sorensen jumped on.
Whoa, hey, easy. I'm not the great one. The one in the middle is the great one here.
Yeah, well, I was getting to that as well. Head coach of the bowling team, Paul Klempa. Paul, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for being out here today.
Yeah, I was going to say more so than joining us. Thank you for inviting us out here. It's an awesome bowling alley you got here as we see one of the best teams in the country, if not the best team in the country, practicing and working to get this thing going. I got all sorts of stats in front of me, but I know you can run them off even better than I can. But how is the season going so far?
It's gone well. We're preparing right now for our fourth event of the year. We won our very first one. We went 12-1 in match play. The next two, our place finish wasn't as good as you'd like it to be, but the match play record is what matters the most, and we're 29-10 through our first 39 matches. So that puts us first or second in the country for RPI.
Coach, you walked me through the facility already, and I'm impressed. You said 2020, this was redone. Yes. By the way, 13-time national champion, Nebraska bowling. No big deal. No big whoop.
No, they come easy.
I'd have to guess this is probably the nicest, if not one of the nicest facilities in the country. Am I wrong?
It is. This is the nicest. We renovated 5 years ago. We've been in this space since the late 70s. But then once we joined the athletic department in 1997, they built an office and pro shop for us back there. And then 2010, they did another renovation. And then 2020 came the full-scale renovation that we are now. It's a beautiful facility. We're very lucky to have it.
Now, I have to ask you, Coach, you just had Mike Rozier on the airwaves with Ricky Simmons. Now, this has been your program, it speaks for itself. But in the past week, you've had in this facility head coach for football, Matt Rule, Troy Dannon, AD, Heisman winner, Mike Rozier, Ricky Simmons, of course, Terrell Farley, the Blackshirt. We got and us.
And we've had Marquise Buford and
no big deal.
They were here bowling.
Just a standard week at the bowling center.
Another week in Nebraska bowling, Now, they want to brush with greatness, I guess.
That's what I view every time.
It's just nice to have them. They came out and had a lot of fun with the girls. They bowled a head-to-head match, best of four Baker match, and our girls beat them. So Troy's going to feed them at his house in January. So that was a lot of fun to have Coach Rule out here, and the guys, they really enjoyed themselves.
Now I'm looking at the lanes behind us. Now by the way, if you're just listening, please get to YouTube, Allo961, Facebook, Twitter, because we have literal practice going on behind us. You can watch the best bowlers in the country roll. And in this redesign of the facility, right now I'm seeing there's a tracker for where the balls are going on the lane.
Yep.
I'm thankful I'm not bowling Bock because it'd be a squiggly line if I was up there. How new is that, and how much has that aided the bowlers?
Quite a bit. We got it last year in September, so we've had it for a little over a year. It's called Clutch. And it has the ability to track the ball and leave the line on the lane of where the ball went. So once you establish a good line to the pocket, then you can continue to throw it down that same line. So it's really good for learning about your ball motion and also about, accuracy.
Now, I've always been curious. Now, we've had you on the show on early break before, and then
Sure.
And you do the fake simple very well, by
I've
the
done
way.
that,
Excellent
yeah,
at
thank
that. But now I am from Beatrice, Nebraska, and
Gage County.
I'm curious in general, like in Nebraska, let alone how many high school bowling programs are there, and how do you guys recruit?
There's a lot of them. I mean, all across Lincoln, all the public schools have it. And just recently, I don't know, maybe within the last couple of years, they finally made it a lettered sport here in Nebraska because it wasn't before. Now, when I grew up in New York, it was always a lettered sport. I didn't know anything about it. Then I got out here and started understanding that not everywhere is it a lettered sport. It's getting to be more and more. Illinois has it, Wisconsin, of course, where I grew up. Now Nebraska, it's a lettered sport. So John Lucido at Sun Valley hosts the state championship, and they have legit teams and individual state champions. It's really cool. So we recruit across the state. We certainly look. We have Karina Capron here on the team. She's from Fremont.
Okay.
So we always try to have at least one or two Nebraskans as best we can. But we recruit internationally all over the world, So, but when somebody pops up that I think is good, I think they should stay here. And that's what I told Karina. I'll do whatever it takes. You need to stay in state. I don't need to see her playing elsewhere. That's just not, that would just grate on my skin to see that. So thankfully she'd agreed to join us. So we do have a gal out of Fremont.
Now, how many programs across the country, because we know Nebraska is kind of the it team in bowling, are able to recruit internationally or across the country, or is it more local in some areas?
Most of the good teams that our main competitors are all internationally. They get them from all over the place, just like us. There's about 100 teams in NCAA bowling at this point. Some of the big competitors for us is Vanderbilt, Jacksonville State, Arkansas State, Sam Houston, Wichita State recently.
Whoa.
They've been a powerhouse in bowling for decades, but they've always been just a club team. Just last year, they finally elevated them and made them part of their athletic department. So now we see them on a pretty much weekly basis out there. They're real good, well coached. So yeah, there's some good teams that do a lot of the same things we do, and some of them have on-campus facilities, and some have to use a local center to practice.
So I'm curious, for those who don't know much about bowling, and shame on you because this program's awesome, but if you don't, walk us through, we know, generally for a basketball team, they play, 2 games a week. Football, 1 game a week. Volleyball, 1 or 2 games a week. You guys have mostly meets. Is not any duels at all? And how many competitions do you guys have per year?
We have 10 regular season events, and then we have, starting this year for us, we have a conference championship. We recently got into Conference USA, which is the top conference for bowling. So we just got allowed to get into that. We start that in March. And then we have the regional level in the first week of April, and then the finals. The Final Four is the second week in April. So all told, that's about 13, 14 that we go out. A regular season event, we generally leave Wednesday or Thursday. Thursday afternoon is a practice session. And then we start Friday morning, and we bowl from Friday morning about 9 a.m. We go to about 5. And then the same thing Saturday, 9 to 5. And then Sunday we go about 8 to 2. So it's a long, long days. I mean, you're talking 8 hours on their feet Friday and Saturday, and then early Sunday morning all the way up to about 2 o'clock. And so, yeah, they're grueling. And then often we hit the airport, and oftentimes we land back in Omaha about midnight, get back down here about 2 a.m. So those weekends are very taxing. They're 4 or 5 days long, and we're all dead by the end of it.
I've always been curious because, again, I mentioned the sports, baseball, volleyball, basketball, football. Those are true team sports where everybody ends up to a win. Same thing happens for bowling, but these also are individual bowlers. What's you have elite bowlers from across the country every single year. What is the competition like within your team to be the best on the team? Versus the opposing.
It exists. How about that? First of all, it exists. But they have gotten to where they understand that when you're this deep, and we travel with 8 girls at a time, only 5 can play any given time. So there's oftentimes I have girls that are on Team USA on the bench. So it's just the way that it goes because I can only play 5 and I travel with 8. They have gotten comfortable with roles. They know some weeks they're doing better than others. Some weeks that the lanes like them more than others. So they've been pretty good about understanding when they're not playing. But yeah, they compete against each other. You bet they do. Yeah.
And on that note, now you told me during the break. 1 second. What you told me during the break that you've got one bowler in 1 week. We in a national worldwide competition.
Yes, Jillian Martin and our assistant coach Julia Bond are both leaving next week on Wednesday, and they're heading over to Hong Kong for the World Championships representing Team USA. So when we go to our next event down in Tulane, we won't have our top player or our assistant coach, so they're stuck with me.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's interesting.
I told Jake it's like not having Emmett Johnson for a game.
For a
you know?
game, yeah.
Well, that's a good visual there. That'd
Yeah.
be tough for Nebraska,
Yeah.
but listen, don't put yourself down like that, Paul.
Hey,
Coach.
those other girls, we'll do fine.
Obviously, I know a lot of people know, you followed up Bill for all that time. That's the kind of big shoes to fill. I just wanted to ask you, as you talked about kind of the tracking device we got back here, how much has bowling coaching changed since you started in the late 90s?
Bowling has gotten extremely technical and a ton of physics involved. It is a physical endeavor in that there are fundamentals like any golf swing or anything like that. But once you get past the ability to make good shots, so much is involving the ball and the lane pattern, the oil pattern they put down and how that changes as you bowl on it and the adjustments you have to make to stay lined up. It's extremely technical, and it can be a bit overwhelming at times, to be honest with you. It's a lot. But it's really as the equipment has taken over more and more, it's become more physical and technical on what you have to do to stay lined up and stay competitive. It's not enough to just be the best player. You also have to be smart when it comes to your equipment, your surfaces, and your adjustments.
Now, when you talk about adjustments too, and I had people just kind of ask me this when I was telling them we're going to, because everybody can kind of relate to bowling, the alley type of bowling alley. They want to know what kind of, size of ball do you use? Does that change throughout the course? Or do you kind of get that?
As far as size, they're all standard sized, but they're different weights, and they range from 6 pounds to 16. 16 pounds is the heaviest you're allowed. All of our girls throw 15 pounds except for 2 that throw 14. So that's what they all throw. Adjustments, when I'm talking about adjustments, a lot of it I'm talking about you're moving yourself left or right on the approach because you're in front of you is either more friction or less. So if we need less friction, more oil, we tend to move left. If we get to a pair of lanes that is slicker, we'll move right looking for more friction, or we change equipment because the equipment is a lot like golf clubs. We have balls that are for really slick lanes. Those would be like your drivers in golf. Down to the ball we throw at a spare would be like your putter and everything in between. We travel with 8 or 9 balls per girl, and then we're allowed to check in 6.
Bock, I was a little naive earlier when I was talking to Coach off the airwaves, and I said, one of the most famous shots in bowling, famous throws, is the 7-10 split. I said, Coach, do you ever practice that in practice? But you said,
not really.
No,
not really.
Dang it! I was trying to sound cool and smart, Bock, and I've just done so.
We do practice some splits. We do, but no, we don't practice the 7-10. We practice a lot of 10 pins and a lot of 7s, but not necessarily together.
Now, you told me that when Coach Rule was bowling, it was a straight ball, right?
Yeah, he threw it good.
And I throw a straight ball. I've asked you before off the air and on the air too. If you saw me bowling and I was rolling the straight ball, which I throw, would you hold back laughter or not?
No.
I don't throw curve. I've tried curve. I can't do it, Coach. It's not for me.
If you can't curve it, that's fine. But then you just got to be you got to be accurate with what you do. You just got to make sure you know where you're going. Keep it going towards the head pin. That would help a lot because you're not going to have any rotation that makes it hook. So you just got to make sure things are going in a straight line. That's all.
My common thing I yell, Bock, is when I have a bad roll, is that you got to hit the head pin. You got to hit the head pin.
Yeah, hit the one in the middle.
I yell at myself a lot. Does that surprise you, Bock? I yell at myself.
No, not at all. No,
that's how I operate.
On brand there. I do want to know too, because it's kind of funny. We've had different of your athletes, bowling girls, in to do shows at 93.7 The Ticket, and again, standard kind of questions is, how many 300s have you thrown, that sort of thing. And it's kind of funny because I talked to a gymnastic kid. I kind of asked him the same thing, a similar question, I guess.
How many 10s?
Well, no, I was just asking him okay, how many of you guys can do backflips? And he said every one of them. So, sure. Is that kind of a starting point for bowling when you're talking about recruiting? We talk about where you recruit. How do if you're a good bowler out there and you wonder, are you at that kind of next level? What does it kind of take to be a college bowler?
Well, I mean, one of the things we're looking for, the most basic thing is a good fundamental base. That they got a really sound fundamental base. I don't think it matters what sport you're in. Fundamentals aren't negotiable. Once you get to that, then it's what does the girl do kind of special? Is she more powerful than the average girl? Does the ball revolve more than an average girl? Is her ball speed higher than an average girl? Things that indicate power. Once you kind of check those two boxes, then it's okay. So what has she done? What, in these national big tournaments that we go to recruiting, are they finishing in the top 20, top 10? Are they winning some of them? Is their name out there? Is it very recognizable? All those kind of things. And you start to understand who the top players are for each class based on all those things. And then you just make your list and decide and you go after them.
Excellent stuff. Paul Klempa, the head coach of Husker Bowling here, invited us out here. We're enjoying ourselves on Bock and the Blackshirt. I think Terrell is getting ready to go back on. He wants to throw a ball at some point. Hopefully, he thinks he's good. We'll see. He said he can get up to 180. Maybe is where he's at. We'll see.
No.
Who's the best of the football of the guys he had on?
That's a question. Did Dannon throw it all?
Dannon threw good. At the end he got pretty comfortable. I gave him a couple tips and then he started throwing it pretty nice. I drilled him a nice fresh red Husker ball, and then I gave him a couple tips at the end. He threw it good. He's left-handed, so he threw it pretty good.
Before we get to break, I got you on that note. I walked in here today to go find Coach, and he's in the back in the pro shop. And you think, hey, what does a bowling coach do in his off time? I go back there, Bock, and he's got an apron on. He's got glasses on. He's doing work on a bowling ball.
Yeah.
Basically, were you sanding it? What were you doing?
In that one, I was laying out a new ball. I was preparing it to be drilled.
No idea. I had no idea. The man is helping make bowling balls and craft them properly.
It's just my excuse.
You're the jack of all trades.
Go back there.
Coach.
My excuse to go listen to music. You know that.
Yeah.
We had Boston.
We listened to music back there.
And we had Boston pumping.
Nothing wrong with that.
We'll take a quick break. We're going to have some of the bowlers on later throughout the show, and we're going to have a lot more fun here on Bock and the Blackshirt. We're live at Nebraska Bowling Practice. We'll be back after the break.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Go hog wild, pit barbecue.
It's $5.99 barbecue time. Hurry to Hog Wild for a complete barbecue meal that's only $5.99. Get a one-meat sandwich loaded with our award-winning barbecue, plus your choice of a classic side and drink for just $5.99. Upgrade your sandwich to beef brisket for just $1 more. Join us for lunch or dinner in Lincoln at 3210 Cornhusker Highway. Order online at GoHogWild.com.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
I can't believe I just scratched that car. Find my insurance card.
Dude, what do you have in this glove box? Ew, are these socks dirty?
Oh, forget about the socks. I need my insurance card.
Just pull it up on the State Farm mobile app.
But I can do that? Oh, hey, I can do that.
Yep, it's called service.
I can file a claim on here too?
Yeah, it's called service.
Whoa, I can call my agent too?
It's called service.
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krikak, today at 402-474-1173.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is where it happens. Long hikes with friends, kayaking adventures with family, more horseback riding, zipline gliding, rock face climbing, hammock camping fun than you could ever imagine. And it's all outdoors, amongst the trees and across the prairie, here beneath Nebraska skies. Plan an outing today at yournebraskaadventure.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
When the clock strikes 0 after every Nebraska football game, there's only one place to go for instant coverage. Tune in for the Husker After Party Postgame Show on 93.7 The Ticket for each game, win or lose. Call in with all your takes or text the show at 464-5685 and hear quotes from the players and coaches, too. It's the Husker After Party Postgame Show, sponsored by Anderson Ford and Vinnie Krekak of State Farm Insurance. 93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL Weather, sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies with a light breeze and very warm with a high near 78. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, a continued light breeze, low around 52. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies, be breezy and colder with a high near 69. I'm meteorologist Kyle Flecker for 93.7 The Ticket. TheTicketFM.com.
This holiday season, give the gift of good taste with a gift card from Valentino's. During double discount days, double your discount from $5 to $10 free with a $50 gift card purchase. Valentino's handcrafted pizza has been a family favorite for generations, and our gift cards make the perfect holiday gift. And right now, during gift card double discount days, when you buy $50 in gift cards, get a $10 gift card free. Happy holidays from Valentino's.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats. Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
You're listening to Bock in the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley, defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror, number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
All right, welcome back to Bock and the Black Shirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We are powered
by
Bauer.
Infrastructure.
Bauer.
Underground.
Correct.
Excavating.
All right, next up, Bock, I want you to introduce this person to us, Bock.
Yeah, we are joined by one of the Nebraska bowlers here and someone that has always got their name on the wall over here under Player of the Year. Jillian Martin won that last year, an All-American as well. Jillian, a senior from Stowe, Ohio, and we thank you for welcoming us here to bowling practice, and thanks for joining us on the show.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having us. Thanks for having me.
All right, yeah. Jillian, now you are the Bowler of the Year. You are the USBC Queens Champion in 2024, NTCA Rookie of the Year, and you're first team All-American 23, 24, and 25. Now, is it your dream for you to make it in 26 too?
Yeah, I would love to be a first-team All-American in all 4 years. I think that'd be a really cool stat. So consistency.
My first question: how did you get into bowling? Was it something you did as a child, as a family thing? How did you get into it?
Yeah, I grew up in the Midwest, and a lot of people would have their birthday parties at the bowling alley. And so I was like, oh, this is really fun. And so my dad was like, okay, she's having fun. We did an adult junior league together. He had never bowled. But actually my great-grandfather bowled, and my great-uncle bowled as well. And so I was just really enjoying it, really having a good time. And then my great-uncle was like, do you really want to learn how to do this? Because I'll teach you. And I was like, little 5-year-old me, I was like, that sounds really fun. Let's do it. And so he taught me, and I really just never looked back.
So it's bowling's in the family.
Yeah, kind of. Like my parents never did it, and I think a lot of people in the bowling world, their parents have always done it. So that's where I'm a little different, but it was still kind of one of those things carried down from my great grandparents. Yeah.
And when did you kind of realize? Because maybe not at 5, but when did you realize it was something that maybe I could go to college for this sort of thing?
Yeah, I think when I was probably like 12 or 13, I was like, okay, yeah, they have bowling colleges. That would be cool, whatever. And then I think when I was 14 was really the moment I was like, okay, I could do this, and I think it would be fun to do. So.
Yeah, and then you kind of take that next step, of course, getting an offer from Nebraska. How important was that to you? I mean, Nebraska is quite a special program in the NCAA bowling community.
Yeah, I mean, obviously all the amenities we have here and just the way that Nebraska takes care of their athletes as a whole, it was just really special to have that moment. And I knew a lot of people that had come here in the past. Obviously, there's a lot of success associated with this program. And I remember, too, I came on my visit, and just a few months later, maybe it was before my visit. It would have been the spring before my visit. So I was a junior, and that spring they actually won the national championship. And I was like, wow, it'd be really cool to go there. And so I ended up coming on a visit later the next fall, and I was here, and I was like, yeah, this is where I want to be.
Very cool stuff. And being from Ohio, obviously the Midwest weather wasn't much of a deterrent.
No.
But what was the other schools, I guess you were kind of thinking? Were you thinking about, was there a competitive school close to home, or what were kind of your process of deciding a school?
Yeah, I don't think there was really a school close to home. There's a few good bowling schools over there, but for me, I just felt like I wanted to get away from home, kind of have that independent experience. And so I thought that would be really cool. A few of those schools, I looked at Vanderbilt, Wichita State, McKendree, which is a smaller school, probably haven't heard of, and then North Carolina A&T. Those were 4 here. I think that's 5, maybe, something like that. Yeah.
But those are, I mean, a lot of kind of the who's of who of
Yes.
college or of college bowling.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's very cool. Now let's kind of go through your career so far. Like you said, going for a 4-team All-American National Player of the Year. I mean, these are huge honors. But when you got here as a freshman, you kind of got to fight to get your spot, right? To try to get on the travel squad. What was kind of the process of your freshman year, accumulating to college away from home and all that?
Yeah, I think for me, it was just really getting acclimated, getting to know my teammates, forming those connections with the teammates. Thankfully, we have about 2 or 3 months before our season actually starts for me to actually get acclimated to school. And so kind of through that time, I was able to just connect with a lot of different people on the team. And then obviously just the support we have from our coaches, the athletic department in general, I think really allowed me to just kind of step into that spot. And so for me, as far as out on the lane, I just wanted to keep doing what I knew how to do. I'd had some success before college, and so I just wanted to be able to channel that throughout my time here. If I knew I did that, I'd be pretty good. And so things worked out in my favor. Got out there freshman year, was able to competed a lot for the program too, and that was really special for me as a freshman. But yeah, being able to win Rookie of the Year too, that was really cool.
All right. When me and Bock talk about bowling a lot, we talk about how do we adjust to bowling. My thing is speed and power. So I don't know how to throw a spin ball, but I try to use more speed and power. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, that's fair. I think when you think about the physics of it, speed and power is what's going to knock down the pins ultimately. But for us, it's also a lot about entry angle. With the spin we create, there's hook out there on the lane. And so there's actually oil that you can't really tell is out there, but that's what's on the lane. And so that kind of dictates what ball we throw and what part of the lane we throw it. And then from there, try to find the best entry angle into the pins to get them all knocked over.
Now there are, like in baseball, you got different pitches, right? People throwing different throws. Are there different types of bowlers?
Yes, definitely. So you kind of have like your straighter player. I think they typically would call that like a tweener. And then the further you kind of go to the left, the more you typically hook it because you can cover more area on the lane. And then you actually, too, a lot of guys nowadays actually bowl two-handed because it allows them to get more power, not only through speed, but through rev rate. And so that's kind of the spin that we put on it. Easier way to think of it.
Wow, yeah, I've never tried two-handed. I'll have to look that up and see how they do that.
Yeah.
Because I'm not imagining it's underneath the legs.
No,
like I'm
it's like
thinking.
out to the side, kind of.
Okay.
But yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, that makes a little bit of sense. As we're talking, going through your career, of course, it is a huge honor to be National Player of the Year. How did that kind of come about? Was that something you were looking at going into your junior season? And again, how does that kind of transform throughout the season when it's like, hey, I'm actually there, I can get this done?
Yeah, I think for me, ever since I got here, that was definitely a goal of mine. In freshman year, too, it was actually pretty ironic because I won Rookie of the Year, and I was actually second for the D1 Player of the Year. So I was almost there, and I didn't quite get it, and I thought it would have been really cool to win it that year. Sophomore year, I bowled good. I did what I could, just wasn't quite close enough. And then last year, I knew that it was really coming down to it. Obviously, I had last year. I have this year again. But once again, I think it'd be cool to be a 2-time Player of the Year. Sure. So always go for that, too, this year. But just kind of going into last year, just really try to keep the head steady, go out there, compete the best I could. And then as we're about a few tournaments halfway through the season, you can kind of see the stats, see where you're at. I knew I had a pretty good chance. I knew I just needed to stay consistent at the end. And I just really kept it going. But I think for me, within that, it was really focused on the team success because I knew if I could focus on our success as a team, it was going to take care of my own individual accolades. And so really just putting it all out there to try to go out there, be my best at every tournament for them, which on the back end ultimately helped myself.
And I did want to ask you, too, because we had Clint on here, and I didn't quite get the question in. But a lot of people may be unfamiliar with scoring. They understand frames and stuff like that. But how does a team get scored compared to the others?
Yeah, so we have a few different formats. The first format is a Baker format. And so what happens is you have 5 people bowling at once. And so one bowler, well, there's 10 frames in a game. We'll start there. But one bowler will bowl the first and sixth. Another will bowl 2-7. Another will bowl 3-8, then 4-9. 5-10.
Okay.
So we basically do that. And so in that format, you bowl 5 Baker games and then add up the total pinfall, and that'll be compared to another team, and that's a match. The other format we have is called a traditional format, and that's where more typical to what you think of bowling scoring wise. We all bowl an individual game, and we add up all 5 of our individual games together, and then whoever has a higher score wins that match. And then when we get to the national championship, the way it works is we have mega matches. So you actually bowl one of each of those formats. And then if you tie, so one person took the first point in the Baker and one person took the other point in the traditional, then the third is just a 4 of 7. So just it's Baker format, but it's the best 4 of 7, whoever can win 4 Baker games first.
How do you scout another team? Like when you play another team, do you put the best against the best, or do you just try to match them up skill-wise?
It really depends. I think for the most part, it ends up being the best against the best because of the lineup. So when you think of it, obviously the 10th frame in bowling is your biggest opportunity to get the most pins. And so that's typically the frame your best bowler is going to bowl in. And then your second best is going to bowl in the 4th frame and 9th frame because they're going to be able to set up that bowler in the 5th. And like the other thing in bowling is you want to stack strikes on strikes because that's going to just increase your score even more. So the 3rd is probably the next best. And then it actually switches. The first bowler is actually quite important because they bowl after the 5th bowler, so it also allows you to stack more there. But I think typically coaches have the same ideas for lineups as far as that goes, and so you'll definitely see that 5 bowler is almost always the best against the best, and 4th bowler is always second best against second best.
What's your best game? Your best bowling game? What's your best score?
300.
Woo!
And have you done a series? Can you do that? Can you get?
I don't know. Don't have a 900 series. I don't honestly know what my high series is because it's been a while since I bowled like a typical 3-game series.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. But I guess this might be kind of a silly question. Do you think everybody on the roster has bowled a 300 at this level?
No,
Is that about?
Not all of us. A lot of us have been close, if
Okay.
not there. But yeah, quite a few of us have though. It's pretty common kind of once you get up there. It also depends too on how hard of conditions you typically bowl on.
Mm.
But actually, my sophomore year, so quite a few people on the team now, we shot 2 team 300s that year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow,
so that was
that's going to be I
Yeah.
can imagine that moment being very exciting.
It's really cool. It's really stressful when you get to the end of it, and it's like, okay, you need to do it to be able to get 300, and you know that everyone wants it that bad. But it's really cool. So
Again, we're joined by national player there, Jillian Martin here on Bock in the Blackshirt. We're live at Nebraska bowling practice. Now, I do notice you're the only senior on the roster, so a few kind of questions to go through there. Did you come in as the only kind of freshman in that year?
no, there's another freshman, Catherine's on the roster, but I believe she'd be on there as a redshirt junior.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you feel, and so maybe kind of similar experiences there as far as being here, but do you feel more pressure as opposed to last year's, or, in years past to maybe kind of have senior leadership, if you will?
I think definitely. I think I've kind of tried to be in a leadership role as much as I can just to help support everyone else on the team. But especially this year, you really get to that moment. And I think for me too, we're 3 years in. Obviously, I haven't won a national championship, and that's something I would really like to do because I think that'd be a really special moment. And so for me, just kind of trying not only to do my part, but to help push other teammates and really help them through whatever they need to hopefully get us there as a team.
Absolutely. Let's talk about how you guys have done this year so far. 3 meets, right, so far. And it's cool. You get to travel all these different places in the country. So a lot of different questions to break in there. But I did want to know, when you visit these kind of host cities or towns, is there enough time to kind of look around, or is it mostly there just for business?
It depends. So there's certain tournaments we'll leave on Wednesday for, and we'll have a little bit more time. Last year we went to Orlando, and we actually got to go to Universal.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and then this year we went to Orlando. We did Disney Springs. So just some fun stuff here and there. Sometimes we'll go see a movie as a team. When we fly in on Thursday, it's usually just more business because we take that extra time to really get homework done. And our tournament days are pretty long days in and of themselves. And then Sunday, obviously, we fly home. So it really just depends on the situation, tournament that we're at. If we have homework, if we don't have homework, what we want to do as a team.
What's the best thing y'all did at Orlando when y'all was there? You say Disney?
We did Disney Springs this year. So not quite Disney. Last year we did Universal though. That was really cool.
I swam with the dolphins when I was there.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
3 years
Yes.
ago, I got a picture with her. I kissed her and everything.
Oh.
Her name was Natalie. So I had a great time.
Yeah.
In Orlando, big, nice place.
Yes.
I'm not a roller coaster rider, so
Yeah, that's okay.
I didn't ride the Hulk or anything like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So I had to skip most of the good rides.
Yeah, that makes sense. But it's all good. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's still cool down there. So
Anything else, Bob?
Yeah, so I just want to go through again. So you guys started in Youngstown, Ohio, right? And did well there, first in the tournament out there. Then since you've been, like you said, to Orlando here, you still got stops in Louisiana, Delaware, Arlington, St. Louis, Greensboro. But I wanted to get to the Big Red Invitational here at Hollywood Bowl. Done that in your first couple of years? Is there always a meeting? Excuse me, here in Lincoln?
yeah, we did it my freshman year and my junior year. Sophomore
Okay.
year we didn't have it. So usually we try to do it most of the time.
Is that a little bit? I mean, obviously, homework a little bit easier maybe to fit in there. What are the benefits of staying home for me?
It's really cool because a lot of our athletic and support staff will come out that don't always really get to see us compete, and like other people that we know from the area. And so that part's really cool because we only get one a year to have that opportunity. And just the Lincoln community in general, they're just absolutely so amazing. And so just being able to see that support, other student athletes possibly coming out, and like I said, those people who support us along the way and don't always get to watch. So it's fun to have them there.
And one of my final questions too is the move to the Conference USA. Obviously the best bowling conference in the country, Nebraska, had previously been independent. Does that really change anything for the team or the bowl? Kind of the individual bowler going in. Has there been any much change with that?
I don't think there's been much change on our end. It's really just do the same things. At the end of the season, it'll give us another chance to compete at the highest level, and I think that'll be not only important but just special to us to have that opportunity. And so I think it's going to be really cool moving forward. Obviously, there's some other conference honors that are sprinkled in there that we've never really had the opportunity to have. And so I think that's also just kind of a nice cherry on top. But yeah, really grateful to be a part of that and just that could happen.
My final question, and I saved the best for last. How do you choose your number? I know everybody's got different roster numbers. Is there like a range of number you're going to choose from? Do you stay with the same number from year to year, or what kind of goes on with number picking?
I mean, honestly, they ask us when we come in. I don't think anyone's changed year to year, but basically anything unless it's already been taken by someone. For me, I'm number 19. I picked 19. 2019 was the year I really felt like I broke out as far as a bowler, and I feel like it's really opened up for me to have all the opportunities that I've had, and just really probably the most pivotal year in becoming who I am today. And so that's why I picked 19. So, but yeah, stick with it.
Good reason for a number. Any other questions?
No, not really. I'm just watching the girls bowl, man. I bet you I can't beat not one of these girls out here.
No.
I wouldn't even try.
That's all right. Either way, I'm surrounded by greatness. Terrell, you're a great linebacker. Always will be. So at least you got that going on up on your side. And then we got Julian Martin here, the player of the year last year. Going to go for it again this year and going for a national championship, as you said, once again. We'll go ahead and go to break, but thank you for joining us and giving us more insight into your career and the Nebraska bowling program altogether.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Yep.
Future Nebraska Hall of Famer.
Absolutely.
All
I believe it.
All right, 93.7 the ticket, Bock in the black shirt. We'll be right back.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies with a light breeze. Be very warm with a high near 78. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, a continued light breeze, low around 52. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies, be breezy and colder with a high near 69. I'm meteorologist Kyle Becker for 93.7 The Ticket. and theticketfm.com.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Midwest Bank is hosting our annual Thanksgiving food drive, partnering with local Lincoln schools to provide Thanksgiving dinners to families in need. We hope to provide meals for more than 120 families in our community this year. You can help by dropping off a donation at either Midwest Bank location, 7001 Pioneers Boulevard or 2655 Jamie Lane. Any donation is greatly appreciated. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards just south of 48th and Holdridge.
This holiday season, give the gift of good taste with a gift card from Valentino's. During double discount days, double your discount from $5 to $10 free with a $50 gift card purchase. Valentino's handcrafted pizza has been a family favorite for generations, and our gift cards make the perfect holiday gift. And right now, during gift card double discount days, when you buy $50 in gift cards, get a $10 gift card free. Happy holidays from Valentino's.
This Black Friday, it is time to hit your goals before the new year even starts. At Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, get 40% off our next 10-week challenge, plus 6 weeks for free to kickstart your fitness journey. Start training December 1st with kickboxing, strength training, and personalized nutrition. So when our official challenge begins January 10th, you're already ahead of the game. Spots are limited. Don't wait for January to make your resolution. Start strong now. Visit fxbeatlincoln.com or stop by one of our 2 locations at South 40th and Yankee Hill or North 70th and Vine. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping. Stronger starts here.
Salt Mine City is your go-to brewery in the Haymarket for craft beers and great food. Enjoy a full menu of great items daily for lunch and dinner, like their Big Fatty 7-ounce hamburger or a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. And don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, now open 2 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 11 a.m. Friday through Sunday at 8th and R.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We are live at East Campus watching the women's bowling team bowl strikes and amaze me with just the bowling skills that they have. You know, not me being a man and thinking I could just go down there and just try to throw strike balls with strength and speed. Bob, they do it a different way. They put form in it. They put spin on it. They are some great bowlers when we talk about bowling.
Yeah, you know, we're getting closer to Thanksgiving, so I see a lot of turkeys here in 3 strikes in a row, if you're not familiar with some bowling lingo. So a lot of turkeys going on behind us. Very exciting. We, of course.
Hold on. What'd you say, turkey?
You don't know about turkey? 3 strikes in a row?
No.
It's called a turkey.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Well, see, there you go. We picked up some bowling lingo along the way. But we've had Paul Klemp, of course, the head coach, on earlier. We had Jillian Martin, the player of the year, who is on the Nebraska bowling team in their senior season here this past segment. We've also had a few friends of Husker football stop by Terrell with Ricky Simmons and Mike Rozier stopping. So it's been a full show. It's been a lot of fun. But, you know, it is Friday and college football weekend is ahead. We still got to keep going and making our picks here. Kenny Wilhite will not be able to call in as we're out on remote, but he gave me his picks on earlier this week. So we can kind of break down our college football picks for the week if you're ready.
All right, let's get ready. We don't have the music, so we're probably, what's that CBS?
That's Big Ten football now. It's usually SEC football sound. Yes.
All right, Bob, let's get it.
All right.
Here we are.
Well, we do have a Friday night game of interest. We're going to start this one. It's not a pick one, but Minnesota at Oregon. We didn't quite put it on. It's a big spread. That's the reason why. Oregon favored by 25 and a half. Maybe it depends on what Minnesota we get there, but that's probably not a matchup that's going to end up well. Maybe if it was at Minnesota, it might work better for PJ Fleck.
Yeah, maybe it would. It's going to be in Oregon, and plus it's a Friday night game. I did pick another Friday night game, so
yeah,
let's get that one on.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to pick these games now, so text line. Text it in now. We don't want to have to wait on you like we did last week. All right, Bock, let's get ready.
That's right. The text line, by the way, winning on the year. We got to do the update. Text line 75 and 40 on the year. The 75 victories, the most among us. Terrell right behind him, 73 and 42. He needs a bad week from the text line. He can catch up there. I need a bad week from Terrell just to catch him. I'm at 71 wins on the year. And Kenny Wilhite didn't start at the beginning of the year, but 33 and 17 on the year, I believe, is his record. So win percentage wise, he's doing well, and he's going to try to outbeat us with the win percentage this season.
Yeah, all right, Bock, let's get it.
All right, let's start tonight. That Minnesota-Oregon game, by the way, 8 o'clock. So we were used to that last week with the UCLA game. It'll be a late one if you want to watch some Big Ten football. But in the ACC is where we have Louisville fresh off their second loss of the season. Number 20, Louisville against Clemson. Clemson just 4-5 on the season. Louisville, like I said, slipped up last week. So maybe another chance for an upset. They lost 29-26 to Cal. They also lost earlier in this year in overtime. Only 2 overtime losses now for Louisville. I should say both their losses being in overtime this year. So if they do lose tonight to Clemson, might be in overtime. You picking Louisville or you like Clemson?
Oh, man.
Clemson 4-5 on the year, by the way. They need to win this one.
Well. Oh, yeah.
And on 93.7 the ticket. There you go.
All right. Augie from the text line went Louisville.
Augie picked Louisville. Okay.
Yeah. I guess I'll go Louisville, Bob. They have to pick it back up. They have to pick the pieces back up. I'm going to try to stick and go with Louisville.
Yeah, no one picking the upset. Kenny Wilhite as well went with Louisville. You know what? I'll go ahead and pick it. I think Clemson's going to get the win tonight. Dabo Swinney in business there as they try to get to a bowl game. Really just want to put something on the stakes tonight so I have something to cheer for. But I think that is one that we could see an upset in. Let's jump to tomorrow. Again, text in your pick on these picks, and you can represent the text line. Number 9, Notre Dame at number 22, Pittsburgh. $117 to get in. Notre Dame is favored by 12.5. And earlier this week, Pittsburgh head coach, one of my favorite coaches in college football, mostly due to his days as a defensive coordinator at Michigan State, Pat Narduzzi, who doesn't love some Narduzzi ball, said that he'd lose this game 100-3 or something like that if they won the next 2 games, which are ACC games. That's not quite the attitude to have when you have 2 losses on the season. You need to go undefeated to get into the college football playoff if you're Pittsburgh from here. Either way, Notre Dame at Pittsburgh, Heinz Field there. What do you think here?
Notre Dame. Not going to play with him.
Yeah, no, not messing around with that one. I think the text line has gone unanimous with Notre Dame as well. Kenny Wilhite went with Notre Dame. So here, I just mentioned, is one of my favorite coaches in college football. But if he's saying that, I can't buy in to believe that he's got them ready to go. I'm going to go with Notre Dame as well. Sorry, Narduzzi.
I hate to see you follow in too, Bob, before things even unravel tomorrow.
Well, how about 2 of the best brands in college football? Number 11, Oklahoma, at number 4, Alabama. It's going to be important for Oklahoma. Again, they're one of those 2-loss teams. Most people think you got to win out if you're a 2-loss team to make the college football playoff. At number 4, Alabama. Boy, they're spoiled down there. They get these top 15 matches. You don't have to pay too much to get in anymore in Tuscaloosa if Alabama's not number 1. $41 to get in, but the Crimson Tide are favored by 5.5.
Roll Tide.
Going with Bama there. Remember, Oklahoma did beat Alabama last year.
Yeah, that's last year.
That's last year. Kenny Wilhite also going with Alabama. We've got nothing but Bama's on the board from the text line. And again, I'm not going to break the cycle here. I do think last year's loss to Oklahoma might make Alabama want to get that revenge there. Though I will say this about Alabama, might behoove them to lose and avoid the SEC championship because it looks like they're going to be a playoff team either way. Of course, have Auburn still left in the schedule, so if they really want to strategically lose, they could do that down the line. Let's go to the Big Ten game here. I was bringing the weather with them. Going to be rainy, a little bit windy out in L.A. Number 21, Iowa, at number 17, USC. $37 to get into the Coliseum. USC favored by 6.5.
Who did Kenny go with?
Kenny went with USC. He is a Trojan man, if you will.
He's a Trojan man.
Text line, we still need your pick for Iowa USC. I don't know if we've ever seen anybody pick Iowa on here. Oh, we did have D-Train and Bill and Bennett pick Iowa here. D-Train says Iowa. Hurts to say, but he's picking Iowa for the text line.
Also.
Yeah.
Ooh. Buck, who are you going with?
I actually made this pick yesterday on the Adam Carricker show. I'm going with Iowa as well. I mean, I think the way that Nebraska was able to kind of curtail USC's offense, I think Iowa will be able to do a little bit of the same. And I think they get an upset on the road.
Yeah, just watching UCLA run defense. It's not that great. USC, their run defense is not that great. I'm still going to go with USC. I'm a Trojan man. I got to get that,
Yeah. The little battle between there, obviously, physical versus
see Jake face.
the speed of the Trojans. We'll see what goes on there. Here's one that I know you're especially going to be interested in. Number 10, Texas. At number 5, Georgia. Georgia went 2-0 against the Longhorns last year. $233 to get in between the hedges this week. Georgia favored the Dogs by 6.5. We already got a pick on the text line.
That's right. Kirk from Georgia says, go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Yeah. All right, Kirk from Georgia. I'm Terrell from Georgia, and I say, go Dogs.
I'm trying to see where I picked. Okay, yeah, he's got Georgia in there. Kenny Wilhite also picked the Dogs. This is not where I'm going to go against. Wait a minute. Let me double check. I do think Texas gets this win. Okay, this is where I'm going to go against the curve here and pick Texas.
You're 5 games
to
behind
get
now,
the
Bob.
victory over Georgia.
Why would you pick Texas, Bob?
I just don't think Georgia's as good as advertised here. I think Texas
is not good as advertised.
Well, Texas, they're, again, as I've been saying throughout this, they're one of those 2-loss teams. They've got to win out. They got Texas A&M, and they've got a couple that tough schedule ahead. Don't get me wrong. But it's hard to beat a team twice. It's hard to beat a team 3 times.
You see that text line, Georgia.
Georgia.
I'm glad you went with Texas, Bob.
Well,
you're a whole game behind. Horns down.
It makes me sick. Yeah, still horns down either way. Let's go Arizona at Cincinnati. Cincinnati clinging to that top 25 spot. $29 to get in. Cincinnati favored by 5.5. Kenny Wilhite asked me to wait till your pick so you don't cheat off his picks.
On this one?
On all of them, actually.
That's okay. I'll go with Arizona on this one, Bob.
Oh, here's your upset pick. Yeah.
Upset. That's my upset pick of the week, Arizona.
Arizona on the road to get the win. Kenny picks Cincy. We'll see what the text line does. I'm going to go with Cincinnati as well, though Arizona has been a pretty good team this year, so that's why we've got it on there. Looks like nothing but Cincinnati on the text line so far there. How about North Carolina State at Miami? Now, this is not the most interesting game locally, I suppose, for Miami. $7 to get in. It's not going to cost you that much.
Costs us more to fly down there.
That's right. Miami is favored by 14.5. North Carolina State, though, did play a little bit of spoiler last week, so maybe they can do it again. They defeated Georgia Tech 48-36. Miami, of course, started off the season hot. They look like the it team for a lot of people. I remember specifically even Josh Pate saying these guys just look different. Well, they've lost 2 of 4 now. They lost to Louisville. They lost to SMU in overtime a couple weeks ago. Did rebound against Syracuse last week. Can North Carolina State play spoiler once again?
Bock, I don't know, Bock. I doubt it. Let's go Miami, Bock.
Yeah, just going to go Miami. I think there's probably a reason for that big spread, too. I think we're going Miami across the board. Kenny Wilhite, anyway, going with Miami. Don't see anything but Hurricane picks from the text line. Few more games to pick here as we round out our 10. Number 19, Virginia at Duke. This is a Duke team here. Is not ranked. Virginia, like I said, is ranked. But Duke is favored by 5.5. And $44 to get in there in Durham, North Carolina.
I wonder why would they be
favored
5 points like that. Kind of mystery to me, but I'm going to stick with my gut feeling in Virginia.
Yeah, I often go with Duke. I'm a big Duke football supporter as much as I hate the basketball team, but I can't do with it here. Last year it was really helped me pick up a couple games. This year, when I bet on Duke, they keep losing, so I'm gonna have to go the other way. We're all going with Virginia, I believe. No, a couple Duke picks actually on the text line, and the text line knows better, so maybe they're picked up on something.
Yeah, this is my week.
Kenny went with Virginia as well, though.
Yeah, I go with it. This is my week to pick up games of y'all. So just look like me and the text line will be tied when we come in Monday morning.
All right, let's do Boise State at San Diego State. Actually, I think it's pronounced San Diego. San Diego. All right, $14 to get in. San Diego State, a 1.5 favorite. They could be. They got to win this one as well. They could be the Group of 5 team. Don't overlook them.
Well, Bock, you sound like you just put the guy from Dora the Explorer on there. You said San Diego.
San Diego.
Diego.
San Diego.
Of
course, shout out Anchorman.
San Diego State, man. I'm going San Diego State. They're not that good.
Yeah, I'm going with them too. Boise State hasn't been as impressive. Kenny with San Diego State as well. Boise State or San Diego State, the first pick here on the text line. Looks like a couple for each.
Oh, hold on. San Diego State.
San Diego State, the first pick from Bill from Bennett. By the way, somebody pointing out that Daniel Kalen might start for Virginia. I know he got in last week, so that would be an intriguing development as well. I think there's one final game for us here. TCU at BYU. BYU coming off their first loss of the season. They are home for this matchup against the Horned Toads, the Horned Frogs. $94 to get in. BYU 3.5-point favorites. Kenny, I'm going to go ahead and spoil your pick before we get to Terrell's pick. He went with BYU.
He went with BYU?
He did.
I'm going with BYU.
Oh, you went with BYU
too.
All right, well,
Why would I pick? That was just a gimme game.
I thought you might just pick against Kenny if I said
Kenny's not close to us like that.
All right.
Yeah.
D-Train picking BYU off the text line as well, so that'll go down. We got our 10 picks. I got some different ones here. It might be a big movement week for me one way or the other, but it should be a fun week of college football. Terrell, which game are you looking forward to the most? Texas, Georgia, Iowa, USC, Oklahoma, Alabama, Notre Dame, Pittsburgh, or any other matchups we talked about?
Georgia, Texas. My second one would be USC, Iowa, because this has something to do with Nebraska being in the mix of trying to get a better bowl game invitation.
Sure.
So I'm looking for those two games to be a good one. And, you know, this will dictate how Nebraska will finish the season, the way I look at it.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely could have a factor, like you said, in bowl placement. Certainly going to have a factor in whether the Big Ten is able to get 4 teams in. I mean, if USC loses, gets their third loss of the season, I mean, you're getting pretty down. Unless Michigan can upend Ohio State,
I just don't see another path because Washington already had their third loss of the season now. I mean, again, Iowa, the top to ranked 3-loss team. So maybe if a 3-loss team gets in, the Big Ten might get a vote there. There's also thoughts out there, hey, maybe similar to the SEC bowling their way into the playoffs a few years ago, that the Big Ten will be able to do that. Big offseason talk about whether the Big Ten should get 4 auto bids this year. Not going to do well as far as that argument goes. But one way or the other, we got our picks in, and we got one more segment here on Bock and the Blackshirt. Live from the bowling alley at East Campus, Nebraska bowling practice. It's been an honor to be out here. We'll close it out next year on Bock and the Blackshirt.
All right.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right, most recommended Eustace Body Shop.
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Hey, Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, 2-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Hi, Charlie Stone here, and it's that time of the year again. Time for the annual Happy Honda Days at Honda of Lincoln. With me on the line, Andy Goodyear, to tell us all about it.
The exciting news is we have more selection and more savings. We have over 400 new 2025 and 2026 Hondas to choose from, with a great opportunity to get year-end savings on every remaining new 2025.
Do you have some Happy Honda Day specials?
Sure do, Charlie. For example, you can lease a new 2025 Accord Sport Hybrid for just $349 a month, and we have financing from just 0% APR. We've also included over 125 pre-owned of all makes and models. And as always, our certified pre-owns are in this sale as well.
Well, maybe it's time you experience the best. The Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing. And we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
This Black Friday, it is time to hit your goals before the new year even starts. At Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, get 40% off our next 10-week challenge, plus 6 weeks for free to kickstart your fitness journey. Start training December 1st with kickboxing, strength training, and personalized nutrition. So when our official challenge begins January 10th, you're already ahead of the game. Spots are limited. Don't wait for January to make your resolution. Start strong now. Visit fxbeatlincoln.com or stop by one of our 2 locations at South 40th and Yankee Hill or North 70th and Vine. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping. Stronger starts here.
This is your year to win way more than bragging rights. At Warhorse Casino, your love of the game could earn you serious cash. The Pro Football Frenzy is free to play with cash prizes all season long, like up to $1,000 weekly, with your chance at $1 million, all while earning tier points and comp points every time you place a sports bet. Only at Warhorse Casino. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay. Playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Midwest Bank is hosting our annual Thanksgiving food drive, partnering with local Lincoln schools to provide Thanksgiving dinners to families in need. We hope to provide meals for more than 120 families in our community this year. You can help by dropping off a donation at either Midwest Bank location, 7001 Pioneers Boulevard or 2655 Jamie Lane. Any donation is greatly appreciated. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We are live at East Campus. We've been here for 2 hours watching the women's bowling team practice, and I can tell you what, these are some amazing women when you talk about throwing spins and bowling. They have practice just like men practice when you talk about. They practice 2 hours a day, probably 3 hours on Saturday, lift weights in the morning. So, very busy schedule for a women's bowling team. Probably nothing we would expect like that, Bob.
Yeah, it's been interesting to kind of get an eye on one of the if not the premier bowling programs in the country. And I keep that saying that to be respectful. Again, this is the premier bowling program in the country. More national titles than anybody else, and we'll see if they can get another one this year. I know they got their eyes on the prize there. But it's been cool. We had head coach Paul Klempa on earlier, and then just during the break, he was kind of breaking down how to get some spin on the ball, because all of us here at the Ticket, or anybody that we've talked to so far, we keep saying the same thing. Hey, we're straight line bowlers. We just do power. We don't really know how to get the spin on it. He's saying it's more not more. It's all in the wrist. Not necessarily kind of throwing your elbow into it or anything like that. So we'll have to see. I might take some of what I've learned today, see if I can go break my PR, my personal record in bowling. Again, I think I only have to get to about 180, but easier said than done. I've tried it. I'm 35 years old. I've tried it for years and years. Haven't quite been able to break 200. Don't know if it'll help now, but maybe just a little bit of the rub from the Nebraska bowling program will help out.
All right, Bob. I showed you this earlier when we talk about football, the Heisman fan vote. Look like Emmett Johnson. This is the Week 12 Heisman fan vote leaderboard here. They say make sure you vote at HeismanFanFavorite.com or by creating a post on social media with the following: at Heisman Trophy, I want to vote for player's name. Fan may vote once per day on the website and once per day per social media platform. If you let a person vote more than one time, Bob, don't you think they abuse it a little bit? Should be one.
I think so.
One vote period.
Well, and the other problem is if you're putting any of this in the hands of Nebraska fans on polls online, we're going to do pretty well there.
But that's not how it goes, Bob. Fan votes are really non-existent in the Heisman vote when we talk about it, because you have a accumulation of sports writers that does it. When we look at this week 12 leaderboard, Bob, we look at Jacob Rodriguez, senior linebacker, Texas Tech. He has 29.8% of the votes. Number 2, Emmett Johnson, running back, junior, Nebraska. He's number 2, 23.5%, 8% of the fan votes. Hayes King, quarterback, Georgia Tech. He's number 3, 14% votes. Marcel Reeds, quarterback, Texas A&M, 4. He's number 4 with 7%. So, and then you round it out with Ty Sampson, Blake, who was that?
Horvath of Navy.
Okay.
Yep.
Julius Sand, Joey Aguilar. And that's who mostly fills out the top 8 of these guys right here, Bob.
Well, and it's funny. So the Heisman fan vote will count as collectively as one official collective ballot for the Heisman Trophy vote. So it can count for something. We maybe can get Emmett Johnson a little bit higher, but like you said, you're going to have trouble going up against a mustached linebacker who's forced 7 fumbles this year, and Jacob Rodriguez, really part of the story of college football. But I mean, if I look at the fan vote here, why maybe we don't leave things up to the fan vote again? Nothing against Emmett Johnson, but in the top 8, I do not see Francisco Mendoza, who I'm sure will be one of the top, kind of the 3 finalists are out there in the Heisman Trophy. Julian Sane, another favorite right now, is 7th in the fan vote. I think it might come down to those 2. Could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it does come down to Jake Rodriguez, Emmett Johnson, and Haynes King, but I'd be willing to bet against it. So kind of fun. If you put it up to a fan vote, Nebraskans will do well. And maybe that's part of the fun and kind of promoting Emmett this past week. And it's been fun too. I mean, it's the bye week. You get the chance to kind of just have fun with it. But it is also interesting I'm not bringing up anything we haven't talked about all week, but the fact that Emmett Johnson is going to have a decision to make after this year. Now he's officially with the University of Nebraska behind him, getting kind of a Heisman push. Certainly kind of changes the way that you look at your final 2 games there in Penn State in Iowa, and think if you've got a Heisman Trophy, type of running back or a guy that's even in the mix, man, he's got to be a big part of that game plan. And again, he has for the last several weeks. So it's nothing new for Nebraska, but it's a little bit new, I think, for Nebraska fans as they take it in, because you'd love to say, hey, going into next year, this offseason is going to be a lot of fun with Emmett Johnson and being able to say what he's going to bring to the table his senior year. But we don't necessarily know if that's going to happen. So you really just got to enjoy having one of the best running backs in the nation. That's a weapon that you're going into these final 2 games with, kind of a one-up over the opposing squads. Now, these are pretty good defenses in Penn State and Iowa, so it will be interesting to see if he can put up similar damage as he did against a UCLA squad. And specifically, obviously, if he's able to break 100 receiving and rushing again, that's really kind of, I think, that stat part of what really put him on the map this week. And we talked about it too. At least I talked about it with Nick earlier. Though we had to stay up late for that game, I think it really did help that was really the only game in that window. So college football fans that did stay up late to see to watch that game said, man, Nebraska's got definitely has a guy here out in Emmett Johnson.
All right, Bock. One of the biggest high school games probably in the state of Nebraska will happen tonight. Millard South versus West Side tonight up in Omaha. So, I don't know if this a semifinals right here?
Yes, it is.
So this is a trip for a state that will be played in the stadium at the University of Nebraska. Who you got, Bock?
Well, it's hard to pick against Millard South, but we'll see if Westside can put up a show here. But it's been a Millard South type of year where they've kind of steamrolled everybody. You'd have teams go ahead and forfeit instead of playing them. So you're gonna need an upset from Omaha Westside here, but they definitely have the talent, maybe more so than even on the other side of the bracket. This could be the biggest test for Millard South on their way to their championship.
All right, Bob. Black Ops 7 comes out today. So we're going to see I'm going to play a lot of this over the weekend. Probably going to buy it tomorrow. New map coming out for Resurgent. Look forward to playing that.
Yeah, I'll look forward to your review. I don't necessarily, I'm not in that world, so I'm interested to see what comes of that. That's definitely a title that I've heard for years, but I always have a very low score in that, if you want to put it that way. So I'm never too good at those shooter games, but at some point I might be able to jump on with you, let you beat me a few times.
All right, Bock. I guess that's the end of our show. Stay tuned for Austin and Jay Foreman in Old School at 93.7 The Ticket. Have a great weekend.